Hey, I haven't even got it assembled yet. What are you doing?
Like this is okay. I'll use it like this.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many.
Just want to say a quick thank you to Layla for the wonderful card she sent us.
Thank you.
She drew us a beautiful card with our two little kittens, Jasper and Oliver, in it.
On my skin.
Did you guys eat all your food? I saw you were bad and you were on the other side of the fence earlier, but you got back in. Must have been feeding time. Looks like it's time to help the neighbor's goats. You want me to go grab it?
Okay, you be the hay boy. All right, everybody back up. Get back. Get back, goaties. Get back, goaties. Robert, you're being climbed by goats. I would say they're a little bit hungry. Do you think that's enough?
Give them a little more. They were completely out.
But they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my
So the goats broke out earlier. The fence isn't working, so they're not supposed to be over there, but
How was that even hooked closed?
I don't know.
There's zip ties down there on those ones.
All right, so the electric fence for our neighbors isn't working right now. We spotted the goats on their little playpen, which will be their future playpen, but they're not supposed to be over here playing yet. You're not supposed to be in there.
He's like, don't lock me out. I don't know if this is a boy or a girl, but I'm assuming it's a girl.
Hey, hi. Oh, you're sweet.
Okay, braving the goat pen again to go fix where they busted through the fence.
Hi, guys. I don't have treats for you. I'll pet you. Okay. Hi, everybody. We have the right head count.
Yeah, I counted. There was
4,
five. There's supposed to be 5.
We'll see if we can keep you out.
They're like, but like, look at, they already had so much fun playing on the new play structure, and they already pooped on it. Oh my!
Wow.
Ah, whew. The horns almost got me. Stop it, Robert. I'm kind of scared. That goat almost killed me. I almost got speared.
Hey. Oh. Hi. You are very sweet.
Hurry up and fix this fence so we can get out of here before I die.
They're not nearly as scary as the llamas that cornered me that one time.
I don't know. Those llamas didn't have horns.
Was it llamas? Alpacas.
Alpacas, yeah. Those alpacas didn't have horns. These guys have horns, and one of them almost speared me in the stomach.
I don't know. The alpacas that cornered me were...
I saved you from the alpacas, so I'm pretty sure they weren't that scary.
I'm sure they'll just break out again. Now they know there's a fun play center over there.
Yeah, they won't want to stay off of it. Well, plus they were up eating all the leaves off of the trees. So not only were they just playing on the play structure that is new and they haven't gotten to play on yet, but they were also hanging out over in the shade, which they do have some shade over here too. So, but they were just hanging out over there, eating all the leaves off of the trees that they could get to, and just having themselves a darn good time. So, sadly,
out, eating naps.
Hanging out, eating naps. So sadly, we spoiled their good time. Yeah. But at least they'll be here when the neighbors get home. So that's good. All right, well, we're gonna head home and we're gonna get out of the pen with these crazy jokers.
You can almost see the blue sky today instead of the smoke. It's amazing.
So funny thing, I walked out this morning maybe around 8 o'clock and the sky was like so clear and crystal blue. Within 10 minutes, I was like, oh, and the smoke blew right back in.
It keeps blowing in and out. It's actually fairly clear right now compared to where it's been, but we've had a lot of smoke coming up from the different fires going around, so glad to see some blue for once.
Yeah, it's a smoky blue.
Smoky blue. So the mint has been a huge hit with all of the bees and the butterflies and all the little pollinators that are zooming around. So we've got a bunch in this box here, we've got a little more over there, and they're just loving it. That's great because they help to pollinate everything in the garden and to help us out.
The rock wall is still doing fantastically. These sedums right here that are flowering again are probably my favorite thing that I've planted this year. They're amazing. They're so pretty. They don't care what they're planted in really, and they aren't real fussy about being watered every day, which is really nice because on a really busy day, sometimes I forget and I don't water them, you know, for like 2 or 3 days.
So Dee Dee has done a ton of work in spreading bark mulch all over in the garden in between the rows. This is all the bark that we got for free from some friends a while back, and we've been putting it to use everywhere. And it's looking great, keeping the weeds down. We'll have to come through and pluck some stuff here and there, but for the most part, gonna really enjoy having nice defined walkways and spots to drive.
Let's take a moment and talk about how nice this is. I know Robert mentioned it just now. It is really nice to have all of this cardboarded and covered in mulch. Because of that, there's no weeds. When the sprinkler comes through and waters, it doesn't turn to mud. It is phenomenal. And I am so happy that we decided to do this, and I'm so thankful that we were able to get all of this bark mulch for free from a friend. So that's awesome.
So everything in the garden seems to be doing very well. We put some soil additive in, and they really seem to like that. We used some of the Fox Farm soil builder, and that was a win for this year. We'll just take you around and show you some of the stuff we got growing. So we have a bunch of pumpkins coming on. They're getting pretty big.
Did you notice that one of them's starting to turn orange?
No,
There's
I haven't
one
seen that
over
one
like
yet.
on that side that's starting to turn like a mottled orange color.
Looks like we got a whole bunch of them sprinkled in here, so maybe we should try making homemade pumpkin pie from our pumpkins this year.
Obviously. We planted blueberries this year, and our blueberries got fried when we had the really, really crazy heat wave. We were up to like 115 degrees in our area, which is not normal for us. They did bounce back, and that's exciting. So hopefully next year they'll be looking much better than they did this year. But I'm glad that they were at least able to hang in there.
The raspberries, however,
Oh,
did not make it.
no. They're like little dead sticks poking out.
The rosemary is thriving. It's just having a good old time here.
And we did actually cut some of that rosemary back, and we hung it in the house to dry so that we will have that for future use.
All right, so we've got some watermelons coming on as well. We've got some that are getting to be pretty decent sizes, a few more smaller ones coming on. So I'm looking forward to harvesting this here in a not too distant future.
It's funny, you'd never know that there's a walkway right in there.
Yeah, there's a walkway there. And as always, there's some zucchinis that are getting away from us.
Oh, boy.
I mean, that's the nature of planting zucchini, right?
That is probably my fault because I keep forgetting to come out. Like, I mean, you literally have to come out every day when your zucchinis are like in their peak production time. Otherwise, you end up with zucchinis that are the size of a small child. So that is my fault for not running out here and checking on the zucchini and squash on a daily basis.
This yellow crookneck squash is about the size of a zucchini right now. So I think that one might have gone a little long too, but that's all right.
There it is. It's like a baby down there. It's like the size of a baby.
They're all happy and doing their thing.
So last summer, at the end of summer, when I cleaned out the tomato beds, I took the any of like the plants that still had like green tomatoes or whatever. I took them and I just chucked them all on this bed. This bed right here. There's probably like 20 volunteer tomato plants, maybe more than that. I mean, it's crazy the amount of volunteer tomato plants that came up over here because I chucked the vines and everything over here, and then I went over it with the mulcher, with our mower that does a really good job mulching. So there's a lot of volunteers this year.
I skipped ahead in the tour and went into the tomato patch.
I already robbed the tomato patch this morning.
We have a ton of Romas coming on. They're just thick on our Roma tomato plants. So I think he's probably gonna make a whole bunch of salsa again this year.
Absolutely, I am. I already have plans with my sister to do salsa at some point. So probably what I will do is, as they come on, I'll probably just core and score them and throw them in the freezer. And that way I have them all at once and I can defrost them. Then the skins just peel right off. They're really easy to process and I can do them all at once, which is my preferred method of canning. So tomato bandit.
Don't mind me, I'm just eating all the tomatoes before you can film them.
Ooh, these black cherries are our favorite. And they're starting to really come on. Look at them. Take you in the little... Oh, so nice. These ones are really good too. I can't remember what these are, but they are delicious.
So we have a bunch of jalapenos and Anaheims coming on. We already harvested a bunch. There's a bunch more still coming.
And bell peppers.
And bell peppers. I've had lots of jalapeno over the year, obviously. I've always eaten it green. Is it super hot when it turns red?
I think so.
I got some red ones.
Yikes! Oh, look at the color on those. So pretty. Look at these, are just loaded still. We've already come through and harvested off of these plants once, like a really big harvest, and they're just loaded still. So we have a ton of jalapenos, a ton of poblanos, and we still have some Anaheims and bell peppers. Quite a few bell peppers too, so that's pretty exciting. Now we're going to take you and show you something that is beautiful. So Robert is 6'3", and these sunflowers are way over his head. I'm not. Yeah,
so I can reach an 8-foot tall ceiling.
You can't reach the top of that sunflower.
So, here, come back to me. So some things you just got to plant for beauty and fun, and I've really enjoyed the sunflowers this year. So thank you for planting those, Dee Dee.
Of course. The sunflowers have been one of my favorites this year also. It's just really nice to drive up in your driveway and see this magnificent row. This magnificent row of all different kinds of sunflowers. And it's been really neat because they've kind of bloomed in different stages based on the different types of sunflowers that are in here. So we've had sunflowers pretty much nonstop for the last, what would you say, like maybe 2 months, 3 months maybe, 2 months maybe, I don't know, somewhere in there. Anyway, sunflowers nonstop. So all of the smaller ones back here, you can see they're starting to run out. That's fine because these glorious, huge sunflowers are now blooming and they will see the season out to the end, which is really exciting. So we definitely want to thank you for being here today. We do really appreciate you coming along. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to hang out with us, which we would love. And stay tuned for more videos. We usually release a video every Sunday, and we definitely will have one next week. So we will see you then.
Bye.
And just a little teaser for next week, possibly the following. By the time you see this video, we'll be back already. However, we are going to head to the Oregon Dunes and have some fun with some family over there. There might be a little bit of relaxing on the beach, enjoying blue, hopefully clear, not smoky skies, and possibly some side-by-side riding on the dunes. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up in the next week or two.